Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast. And this is TWCL Autumn 2015 Group Stage, Group D, match between me, Vagany, and vonPaulus, also Vagany. And in this first game, I'm playing as the Burgundians and he is the Huns. So, an interesting matchup for sure, Burgundians versus Huns, but Burgundians, I would say that they are just favored in this matchup. So we'll see. We will see. Going to put it in slow motion, go over my build. I have the Royal Burgundian General, bronze 1 with brace. Then I have 3 Royal Lancers on each flank, 2 Burgundian Axemen on each flank, and a Burgundian Axeman in the center. So I am actually changing up the way I play it slightly, as you can see here. I also have 3 Germanic Pikes in the center, and in terms of my skirmishing contingent, as you can see, it's 4 Germanic Archers. Now for vonPaulus, he has 2 Skirmish Cav, which are going to be annoying by the way. 1 Step-Mounted Bow on each flank. His general unit is in a Step Warlord with, looks like the Fear ability, a War Cry. In terms of skirmishers, well, he only has 3 step bows up front, something to consider. In terms of his cavalry contingent, though, let's see, he has a bunch of these elite Hunnic Lancers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these elite Hunnic Lancers, and a regular Hunnic Lancer unit. For his infantry contingent, though, let's see, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 war warriors. Definitely a very good and cost-effective choice by him indeed. Now let's see how this one is going to play out. As you can see, I actually have 4 Germanic Pikes, so I mean I really have the skirmish advantage and I can defend fairly well here, and I should, because with skirmish advantage and with pikes pretty much have to actually defend. However, here I make a mistake. I do get some shots off into his elite Hunnic Lancers, which is pretty good. But here's what I'm worried about. The step-mounted bows he has in my rear, and I have to deal with them. As you can see, I'm still targeting his cavalry, doing a decent chunk of damage to them, actually. I keep having to turn around to target these step-mounted bows, which is annoying for me. But his bows are going to kill my archers. And he pulls away his bows, so here I cannot engage. I have to push up my units on both flanks. And here I'm targeting his... I'm doing a lot of damage actually to his Hunnic Lancers. As you can see, one is down to 56. This one has lost a man. But I am losing my archers, so this I don't think is a very cost-effective engagement for me actually. I think it's pretty bad. But we will see how it actually goes. I deploy more than him because I have a larger army actually. So yeah, now as you can see, I've kind of put 3 axes in the center instead. So that is a difference. But I am kind of not feeling comfortable with all these annoying step-mounted bows behind me right now. But as you can see, his step bows have basically wasted all their ammo, and I have actually done damage to his cavalry, so I guess it's not too bad for me. I still have pikes on the field, which he'll have to deal with. I'm targeting his step-mounted bows, killing a couple of them actually. As you can see, this one down to 54. I'm going to be able to get off some more shots, but he's shooting the rear of my Royal Lancers, which is important. Here I am going to be able to target down a couple more of these step-mounted bows with flaming shot, so that's pretty good for me. But not doing a lot of damage. This one down to 46 while only getting 2 kills is very nice for me. It actually killed, looks like an axe unit, and I don't know what else. Looks like these units did not take damage. However, here I'm actually making a mistake because I'm putting the axemen too far forward in front of the pikes, whereas I should have the pikes up front. And as you can see here, I have the pikes ready and I have the Burgundian axemen behind. So there is a little gap here though, which he might try to exploit, but we'll see. However, again, I'm not feeling great because he's got these step-mounted bows around, which can do a lot of damage. Here he's probably going to get a charge off with his step-mounted bows, but I have a Royal Lancer in reserve to go for it, but he does not. So I am indeed going to pull back there. I'm still trying to close off this flank from his cav. Would be important, and here he actually gets a charge off onto my archers and then pulls out, but looks like For some reason, my cav unit does not get a charge off, and I pull out, so that was pretty bad. It actually killed 4, but then it died very quickly to this elite Tonic Lancer. Not quite sure what happened there. I'm gonna get my pikes close in though, and then I'm gonna send in the Burgundian Axemen. Again, they do some weird things where they stop. He's sending around units. I probably should be rearranging here. As you can see, I'm gonna start moving my pikes back, and I'm still targeting him with flaming shots, so this is great for me. Here, disengagement pretty good for me. I've got Royal Lancers in here engaging the elite Tonic Lancers. And now I'm gonna get my Burgundian Axemen into the fray against these elite Tonic Lancers. I'm gonna be able to kill this unit very, very quickly with all the Lancer support I have here. This unit's just gonna go down to over here. The Pike's doing not the best job actually against the Urs. I have to send in a Royal Lancer, and it's going to clip this Ur actually and get a really nice charge off onto the Tonic Lancer, and it's also getting into this Ur. So this Royal Lancer charge being very, very effective for me. Here I've gotten rid of that elite Tonic Lancer, still got Burgundian Axemen left on the field. He's gonna try and go around with his cav unit, but part of it gets chipped by the pikes here that I have in reserve. The spike unit is not really doing too well for me though. I'm gonna continue pulling back my right, and he actually has extra units here that he's not using. Gonna get some really nice cav charges off and Burgundian Axemen charges into these Urs, so that's a really good engagement for me. I have extra units that I'm using in the fight, basically, extra cav units. Whereas his left flank is just not really doing anything right now. So here I'm still gonna continue getting more shots off onto his cavalry. You can see it's taking a lot of damage. This war is going to just die off the field. I'm gonna send in more units in here. This is a problem for me. I am engaging my general though, and I'm gonna get a really nice charge off and killing a lot of men. Look at the kills of my general just go up to like 60 something. I'm gonna pull him out exactly after the charge. Now getting some rear charges off with the Royal Lancers. More charges off here, and the Burgundian Axemen charging in here. So this flank is just gonna be gone. All these units are soon going to die. My general's still alive. I'm gonna get into this step post to make sure I rout him off the field. I still have the pikes being very annoying for him. He's got a pretty nice cav charge here into my Burgundian Axemen, doing a lot of damage. But as you can see, I've basically got these wars isolated and they're going to die. Burgundian Axemen activating Frenzy here as well. I'm gonna kill this Tonic Lancer that came back. Now I'm pulling away with Royal Lancers. Going to go for another cav charge here. I'm pulling out my Burgundian Axemen. I don't know why. I guess I'm trying to flank this unit, but now he's gonna get a really good charge off here. This is a mistake by me actually. Like, I am targeting well though onto his unit here, but anyway, at this point it's just looking very good for me. I'm gonna send the spike unit to support. I've still got Royal Lancers on the field. My Burgundian Axemen here going to do a lot of work. And I'm also activating Frenzy here, so they're definitely doing their job against the cav here. I've got some Royal Lancers and my general that are going to go into the fray. Gonna get that War Warrior as well out of the field, so I mean, it's not looking very bad for me at all. In fact, I'd say it's looking very good at this point, and I think the game is pretty much over with these cav charges into his general. I've got all these Burgundian Axemen here just fighting it out against his general and some of those elite Tonic Lancers. More engagements over here. As you can see, the step mounted bows trying to do something, and it's chasing me with these step bows and this warrior. But here I'm gonna get in with my cavalry unit into the archers, and then I'm gonna continue. No, I'm actually gonna pull out with the Royal Lancers and just gonna allow my Burgundian Axemen to get a charge off under the Urs. So here my Burgundian Axemen, not the best charge off. They didn't get the best charge. I don't know what I did there with the micro, but I've got some pikes here, moving them around to make sure he can't support this fight. But at this point, as you can see, the Burgundian Axemen are not going to do so well against the Urs, but I've got Royal Lancers in. I'm chasing his unit away. I've this pike unit doing very well. It killed a lot of these Lancers, it seems, and the rear charge routed that unit off the field. So as you can see here, let's look at stats. Some of the Burgundian Axemen not doing well, but the Royal Lancers just made the game for me, I guess. As you can see, the Urs didn't do terribly well for him either, because they got killed by cav. The step bows, though, fairly effective at killing the Germanic archers, but they lost all their ammo. After that, as for his cav, well, his cav was the problem here. Did not do what it needed to do. Even the step mounted bows, even the shock cav. I guess the general did the best, but still. that is game. So I'm gonna go into game 2. This is game 2 of the match, and basically we have reversed our roles. Now I'm playing as the Huns, and vonPaulus is playing as the Burgundians. Hooray, hooray! That role reversal. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna show you the builds very soon. I still think that Burgundians are favored against the Huns. Well, they're favored against every faction, I would say, but less so against the Huns. Anyway, let's look at my Hunnic build. I have Steppe Chieftain Bronze 1 with Brace. Then I have a Steppe-mounted bow, actually Hunnic-mounted bow on each flank this time around. The thing about these guys is that they have 40 melee damage, so that's one difference. Then, let's see, the rest of my Cav contingent. Supporting my general, we have these 2 Steppe Cataphracts. On the left, we have an Elite Hunnic Lancer with a Noble Steppe Cataphract. On the right, an Elite Hunnic Lancer with a Noble Steppe Cataphract. Now, though, for vonPaulus, who's the Burgundians, he has his Royal Burgundian General. Oh, wait, I forgot my infantry contingent. Wow. I still have those Oors, of course, 6 Oor warriors. Why would you bring anything else? Anyway, for vonPaulus's build as the Burgundians. Royal Burgundian General with, again, the Warcry ability. Then he has up front a lot of these Germanic archers. So he has 4 of them. Supported by 4 Germanic pikes, and he has 3 Royal Lancers on the left with 2 Burgundian Axemen, 3 Royal Lancers on the right with 3 Burgundian Axemen. So basically this is the exact build I used against him, but we will see if it's actually going to work out for him, or if it isn't. So I'm pushing up my units here, my Steppe bows, and my Hunnic mount bows. I'm going to be fairly annoying with them, I guess. It's as annoying as I can be. Now I'm pushing up, and I'm going to target the pikes, it seems. Which, maybe I should be targeting the archers, but right now I noticed that I can shoot his pikes, I guess, so why not? Because I need to kill them. This is questionable, though, whether you should shoot at the pikes or shoot at the Germanic archers. But I'm shooting at the Germanic archers. Actually, I could be shooting at the Germanic archers right now and still be hitting his pikes because of overshooting, so something to keep in mind. So I guess I'm now going to start targeting the units, but doing pretty weird here because kind of obstructing my own units, so this is pretty weird. I am hitting a lot of these pikes though because of the overshooting, and it's killing a lot, but he's got this nice Germanic archer flanking me. He's gonna push away my Steppe bows with pikes, and this is annoying for me, of course, that I have to deal with this. But one thing about his pikes is that he hasn't spread them out as far as he could, and I think he definitely should be doing that instead of keeping them a little bit like 3 ranks deep as he is right now. Well, not fully 3 ranks deep, but basically he should be extending them as much as possible to cover as much ground against my cavalry, basically. So it looks like he's going to start pushing up with Royal Lancers here, but my Elite Hunnic Lancers and my Noble Steppe Cataphract is going to start shooting his Royal Lancers here. And he's going to pull out, and I kind of go into my own bows. I actually get to shoot his rear with my Noble Steppe Cataphracts and Elite Hunnic Lancers. That was pretty good. This charge by him was not bad at all, actually. Managed to kill the Steppe bow and pull back without losing anything. But here's the problem for me. He's got these Oors. Okay, so that's pretty massive. I still have some Steppe bows on the field, though, and I'm going to be able to do some damage with these guys. Let's see, still targeting, doing damage, shooting the rear of his Germanic pikes, so that is very, very important because it's going to be doing a decent amount of damage to them. I'm still targeting them, but now they're facing me with the front, so it won't be as effective, but still, these pikes, let's look at their stats. Well, 38 morale and 80 health, not a lot, so they still die very, very quickly to focused missile fire. That is something for sure, and they have pretty bad missile block chances, I know. Well, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure they do. So as you can see here, down to 79 already. I'm still targeting his pikes down. His pikes will be losing a lot of men, and he's killing my Steppe bows, sure, but his Germanic archers are losing the men, and some of them are in very weird formations. So I guess I'm happy with this. I'm killing his spikes and he's killing my step bows. I've got my Hunnic mounted bows just walking around, and now this unit is going to be doing fairly nice for me. It's targeting the rear of this Germanic pike, got 11 kills already, but he's targeting my cav unit with his archer, so I pull back, but still a lot more ammo that he has to waste. Here though, I'm going to pull back as well. Looks like he's going to try and get a shot off, and he does get some shots off, but he does actually hit my Hunnic mounted bow and kills like 2 of them, so that's pretty good for him. But right now in the center, as you can see, I'm killing his pikes, but my units are really blobbed up, so this is not great. But I've killed essentially, well, this pike unit's basically gone, this one's basically gone, these units are soon going to route 2. And now I'm starting to use Flaming Shot and targeting his cav. These Royal Lancers are not gonna like it, also hitting some Burgundian Axemen. So as you can see here, the damage done to his units is real. I'm going to start kiting because I don't want to face his cav like that. However, he's moving out very, very quickly with this cavalry, very close to me actually, but as you can see, I am not going to fall for that, so I'm not going in. So right now though, I'm feeling pretty confident. I killed a lot of pikes and his archers are almost out of ammo, so I guess it's okay for me. I still have some step bows anyway, and I have my Hunnic mounted bows which can support me if necessary. So I'm still targeting now his Germanic pikes. Here I'm going to end up pulling back, and as you can see, he's pushing really, really aggressively on both flanks. Right now I'm targeting with Flaming Shot, hitting Royal Lancers, hitting Burgundian Axemen too in the back, so doing a lot of damage. He's gonna get his cav charge off here, but this means I can get my own. Well, actually I do not get my own. Here I do though, and I think that's pretty okay for me, but he still gets the cav charge off despite, yeah, I still messed this up, but I have infantry support in first. Gonna get some step cataphracts into the Royal Lancers here. His cav unit here is very out of position, so now I'm gonna be able to support with some oars. Here, this step cataphract is going to be very important. It pulls out of the fight, it goes in, it hits all these axemen, it hits the pike unit, it destroys the pike unit, it destroys the axes, gets a lot of kills on all of these units. Very, very important. And here, this fight going really well for me, because with what this single unit did, not only did it do a lot of damage to the pikes and to these axemen, it even killed the pike unit off. It's stopping 4 of these units from supporting this fight, so that's very important for me. Here I get a nice rear charge off, hitting his general and the pike unit. This engagement here going very, very well for me, as you can see. It's just the Royal Lancer against my Noble Step Cataphract and Warrior support. I'm trying to get my Hunnic mounted bow into the rear of his forces, but I cannot. Here I'm destroying his Burgundian Axeman, and I'm stopping him again with this Elite Hunnic Lancer. Also gonna get a rear charge off here, but honestly should have just kept that unit fighting in there because it would have done more, I guess. Would have stopped him for longer. So as you can see, the Step Cataphract is basically gone off the field, but this just basically turned this flank in my favor, what I did right there. And with that single Step Cataphract just doing wonders for me. And I've got my Step Chieftain around. Hunnic mounted bow here being mismicroed by me though. Getting a nice cav charge into these Burgundian Axemen though. I'm trying to get rid of his general, but it's such a hard thing. So now I'm gonna have to kill the Royal Lancer here. My Hunnic mounted bows are actually fighting against the Germanic archer and are going to kill them. The engagement here, as you can see, my oar is not doing too badly either in this blob, doing a lot of damage. Now I'm gonna get a free cav charge off into his Royal Lancers. Oars here killing off his Royal Lancers. I'm gonna get my Noble Step Cataphracts to charge this Royal Burgundian General, but not doing a lot. I've still got my Hunnic mounted bows here being extremely mismicroed, 2 Germanic archers killing them, but it's not a big deal, I think. Still, his Royal Burgundian General here is going to start dying because I have War Warrior support, 2 oars supporting, whereas he only has cav. It's very important. So I basically won my right, and on my left I am holding, even though I'm still doing very well though, even though I'm only holding against these Burgundian Axemen with my oars. So his cav here, he's actually pulling out, or he's maybe chasing my Step Cataphracts here, but it's not a big deal for me. So I'm gonna get another cav charge off into this Royal Lancer with the Noble Step Cataphracts. I'm targeting the rear of these Burgundian Axemen with a step bow. Very nicely done for me. This Royal Lancer pretty much got charged by the Noble Step Cataphract, so Noble Step is going to win. He's going to get a... not the best charge off with the Royal Lancers here. Actually, he doesn't get into those wars. He should have gone for these wars and then... but I guess he really wanted to save his general, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case though. So I killed his general. Now, this game is basically over at this point as I killed his general. So now his units are just going to chain route. His Royal Burgundian General, as you can see here, well actually it's already routed, but it's just Royal Lancers fighting in melee, and you know how badly they fight in melee after they deliver their charge. Pretty badly. Unless it's against skirmishers, of course. Here you can see his Royal Lancers just getting destroyed, and now they're running off the field. But let's look at stats. So as you can see, this game my wars did really well. Step bows did okay. My cavalry, well, some of it got wasted, some did fairly well, and this Hunting Mountain bow killed a lot. As for vonPaulus, was the Burgundians, as you can see, his Royal Lancers, some did fine, but a lot of them were wasted. His Germanic archers, I mean, you can look at them and say, oh wow, they got a lot of kills, but really they killed step bows. His pikes didn't really do much, and his Burgundian axemen were not really effective either. But yeah, that is game and match. So hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.